I think my worth the wait scale is the best. This is my restaurant rating system where I rate solely based on how much I like the food, and I disregard everything from the price to the service. Here's 4 reasons why that is the best. Number 1, cheap restaurants are not undersold. So if we take Vietnam's for example, I rate them an 8 out of 10. They're affordable, very approachable, and anyone can go there for like a quick lunch or a dinner with friends. Now an 8 out of 10 is pretty high, but if price was factored in, you would never know if it was actually that good or only good for the price. And as a result, on my scale, cheap restaurants are not undersold. Number 2, expensive restaurants are treated fairly. If we account the price, we don't really know if a restaurant was bad because it was just too expensive for what it was, or the food was just bad disregarding the price. On this scale, expensive restaurants are not penalized for their price, and I leave it up to y'all to determine whether or not it's worth the price in your opinion. Number 3, I set realistic expectations for my viewers. Let's take Great Found for example. I got a lot of backlash for rating them a 6 to a 6.5. And don't get me wrong, I recommend Great Found to all my friends, but being a food reviewer, I have to be very realistic. For example, Atomix in New York City is a 10 out of 10 for me. If I rated Great Found like a 9 out of 10, I'm lying to you. I like Atomix that much more than Great Found. If I threw in price into the rating, yeah, Great Found would be even closer to Atomix. Then you as a viewer will be like, well, did Aaron actually like Great Found almost just as much as he likes Atomix, or was it the price? So by rating the restaurants on this scale, it's very realistic, it's very objective, and I think there's nothing wrong with loving like a 6.5 out of 10. I know that's gonna be me trying to sell myself on Hinge, but like seriously. And that gets me to point number 4, which is granularity. With things like Google reviews and TikTok reviews in general, I think we're very used to anything being good having to be an 8 out of 10. I think that's when you lose granularity. Let's take a restaurant like Kiwami on my scale that was an 8.3. I love it there and I always look forward to coming back, and you would think it's a 10 out of 10, but I have another restaurant like Nishinokaze on my scale, which is a 9.3. If everything was super top loaded, you wouldn't know that I like one restaurant a lot more than the other. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next Worth the Wait episode.